Man who attacked Capitol with tomahawk and now promotes January 6. Washington, AP. A Texas man who attacked the U.S. Capitol with a metal tomahawk, and is now the face of a website selling merchandise portraying jailed rioters as political prisoners, was sentenced Friday to 7 years behind bars. Shane Jenkins, 46, tried to smash a Capitol window with his tomahawk during the January 6, 2021, siege. He also repeatedly threw makeshift weapons at police officers, hurling a desk drawer, a flagpole, a metal walking stick and a wooden pole with a spear-like point. A website touts Jenkins as the founder of a group that seeks to shed light on the January 6 defendants and the treatment they have faced from the government. The website sells t-shirts, hoodies, hats, tote bags and other merchandise with January 6 themed slogans, including, "Free the J6 political prisoners," and, "Want my vote? Help the J6ers." Another shirt for sale features former President Donald Trump's mugshot over the words, "Indicted we stand." The website also commemorates Jenkins' own role in the riot. It displays a cartoon avatar of Jenkins, nicknamed Skullet, and a logo depicting crossed tomahawks below a silhouette of the Capitol building. Prosecutors don't know how much money Jenkins has generated from the website's merchandise sales, but they said he has used another fundraising site to collect more than $118,000 in donations. Far from contemplating the harm he has caused, examining his conscience, feeling shame for his actions, and resolving to change, Jenkins has chosen to use his January 6 status to build a brand in order to garner money and attention, prosecutors wrote in a court filing. In this image from the body-worn camera of a Washington Metropolitan Police Department officer, released by the Justice Department in the statement of facts supporting an arrest warrant, Shane Jenkins confronts officers as they enforce a curfew outside the Embassy Suites Hotel, on January 6, 2021, in Washington. Jenkins, a Texas man who attacked the U.S. Capitol with a metal tomahawk and is now the face of a website selling merchandise portraying jailed rioters as political prisoners, was sentenced on Friday, October 6, 2023, to 7 years behind bars. Justice Department via AP, Defense Attorney Dennis Boyle said Jenkins hasn't received money from the sale of January 6 merchandise sales and doesn't own the site that sells it, although he couldn't say who does. U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta, who sentenced Jenkins, said it was shameful for him to capitalize on his role in the riot. The judge also rejected the notion that Jenkins and other jailed rioters are political prisoners who can't get a fair trial. Nothing could be further from the truth, Mehta said. It's all on video. Jenkins expressed remorse for his actions on January 6, saying he got caught up in the heat of the moment. Time equals 400 ms. greater than I love this country, he told the judge. And I'm not some crazed maniac set out to destroy this nation. Prosecutors had recommended a prison sentence of 19 years and 8 months. They also asked the judge to impose a fine of at least $118,888, equaling the money Jenkins has publicly raised. Time equals 400 ms. greater than Mehta denied their request for a fine. He also refused to impose a terrorism enhancement that would have significantly increased his sentencing guidelines. In March, a jury convicted Jenkins of charges including civil disorder and obstructing the January 6 joint session of Congress for certifying the presidential election victory of Joe Biden, a Democrat, over Trump, a Republican. Jenkins flew from Houston to Washington, D.C., a day before Trump's rally near the White House on January 6. Jenkins believed baseless claims that the 2020 presidential election had been stolen from Trump and envisioned that a medieval melee-style battle would erupt at the Capitol, prosecutors said. His language invoked imagery of war and violent retribution, and his goal was to intimidate and retaliate against a government that would not install his preferred candidate, they wrote. Boyle said Jenkins' actions on January 6 were motivated by a misunderstanding about the election. There remain many grifters out there who remain free to continue propagating the great lie that Trump won the election, Donald Trump being among the most prominent, Boyle wrote. Mr. Jenkins is not one of these individuals. He knows he was wrong. Time equals 400 ms. greater than the defense lawyer said Jenkins endured a tumultuous, abusive upbringing to become a pillar in his community. When he was 20, Jenkins shot and killed his stepfather in self-defense after the man pointed a shotgun at him and made death threats, according to Boyle, who said Jenkins wasn't charged in the 1997 killing. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than prosecutors acknowledged that Jenkins wasn't prosecuted for his stepfather's killing, but they said his extensive criminal record before January 6 included assault convictions and shows he has a penchant for violence. In July, Jenkins and 11 other inmates at the jail in Washington assaulted another Capitol riot defendant, Taylor Taranto, in a TV room, according to prosecutors. Taranto had been saying derogatory things about Ashley Babbitt, the rioter who was fatally shot by a police officer inside the Capitol, and Babbitt's mother, prosecutors said. Prosecutors have argued that Jenkins played a pivotal role in the January 6 attack. He struck a window pane 6 times with the spike end of the tomahawk that he had carried in a backpack. He pulverized and sprayed the shatter-resistant glass. "Are we going in or not?" he shouted at the crowd. After Jenkins stepped down from the window ledge, another rioter stepped in to break the window. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. It is difficult to overstate the significance of Jenkins' actions at this location, prosecutors wrote. As the first to attack this window, Jenkins crossed a line that had previously not been crossed at the Lower West Terrace. He had attacked the Capitol itself. Rioters eventually destroyed the window, allowing them to enter a conference room, where they made improvised weapons from the broken parts of wooden furniture. Mob members used the furniture pieces to attack police officers guarding an entrance in a tunnel on the Capitol's Lower West Terrace. More than 1,100 people have been charged with January 6 related federal crimes. Approximately 800 of them have pleaded guilty or been convicted by juries or judges after trials in Washington. Over 650 have been sentenced, with roughly 2/3 of them receiving terms of imprisonment ranging from 3 days to 22 years, according to an Associated Press analysis of court records. In this image from U.S. Capitol Police security video, released and annotated by the Justice Department in the Statement of Facts supporting an arrest warrant, Shane Jenkins, circled in red, is seen holding an object near the Lower West Terrace tunnel at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, in Washington. Jenkins, a Texas man who attacked the U.S. Capitol with a metal tomahawk and is now the face of a website selling merchandise portraying jailed rioters as political prisoners, was sentenced on Friday, October 6, 2023, to 7 years behind bars. Justice Department via AP.